Yes, the biggest story within the region of West Nile is all about the bounce back of the second phase of West Nile Regional League, both Nile Zone and Nyagak Zone. And at the same time, the Star Times Uganda Premier League now bounces back after the after 32 rounds of Stanbic Uganda Cup. International is all about the bounce back of not Star Times, rather English Premier League. Tomorrow, expect so many games to be played in the English Premier League, and also Tom Cruise once again returning for German national team, plus stories that continues to make headlines each and every day. Today, we'll give part of our discussion to fans, speaking about the concern we have in both in local sports and also in international sports, basically about why fans, they love European sports more than local sports. I'm not alone in the studios of West Nile TV. I'm together with my colleague Pandis Da, Susie Linda, not forgetting about Owen Ezaga. Let me start with Susie. Susie, you are most welcome. I don't know which sporting activity will take your weekend.
There is a lot that is actually happening within the circles of sports, I would say. Good afternoon, viewer. You're most welcome. It is a Friday edition of There Is a Whistle Time Show. We are here 2 p.m. to there is a 3 p.m. of course to bring to you everything there is sports. And the biggest, you asked me what will take my will blow off my mind this weekend. Carabao return. Yeah. It is a huge one.
Yeah, exactly. The following of Carabao Cup between the team of Chelsea and Liverpool. UEFA Europa League together with Europa Conference, they have taken a different twist. I mean, it has already reached to the round of 16. Before we talk about those stories, I also have got Owen Ezaga. I don't know which story is the most trending for you.
Yeah, I have a lot of things that probably I could be talking about. One is the trending is that my club has received the Zakayo balls. That's a credit, probably. I'm talking about Ondoparaka Football Club. 15 balls have been received by, that is the club today, after, of course, Federation of Uganda Football Association did confirm that they are going to be giving, of course, the balls after their official launch, and they will be giving to different clubs. So I'm very proud that Ondoparaka has received theirs today, and I want to applaud and congratulate probably, and also thank a Federation of Uganda Football Association for that, for being part of course, or for being for us being affiliated to Federation of Uganda Football Association. Exactly. That's the benefit that we are also trying to get in there. So they are going to be match balls that we're starting on 29th. Because our fixture has been pushed a bit, change of fixture that has affected us or pushed our game that was supposed to be tomorrow to 29th, which is going to be a Thursday. So that's one big thing that is on scene today. I also want to say that there was a launch of the FUFA, I mean the West Nile Regional League. Now, second round is coming. That means there's a lot of things that are coming in there. But of course, all in all, sports in West Nile television is not only about people think football. No, I want to say that the country, or the rugby cranes, Uganda Rugby Union is going to be hosting. Of course, they have gotten the rights to host what is called the Africa Rugby Championship that will be coming right in Uganda. So that means the rugby ground at Lugogo will be used. So this is some of the key sporting activities that are coming. But of course, what is so disappointing to me is that Thomas Tuchel also saying that he needs to be part, or he's interested in the Manchester United job. For me, I'm not a fan of him because of his CV, that he has not been a good coach to me. He's a coach of maybe I've not believed in much in him. So that's why I'm saying, to me, it's a bad one for Manchester United that wants to achieve something probably. But he has just shown interest. Not that Manchester United is going to hire him, but that only alone is a big one. Now, Tony Cruz, after saying again, let me come back, just like any other person, we saw the man by the names of Mo Salah saying he wanted to quit, and everyone prayed for him to come back. We saw Messi, after of course getting frustrated, now he has won for, that is the country, of course, at least something after coming back from retirement. All these are some of the things that are coming right there. Yeah, big addition.
Yes, everyday stories in sports continues to break, and some are real facts, meanwhile others are rumors. I did say actually when I was giving the highlights of what we are going to give to the viewers, today we are able to reach to some of the fans, and they have given their heart, they have spoken their heart, why actually they have loved the European sports more than local sports. Before we get to hear from them, Susie, all the clubs we have in Uganda, those ones playing in the top tier, receiving Zakayo balls. I don't know whether you have knowledge about the balls, and at the same time, fans this time speaking, they love European sports more than local sports.
Talking about Zakayo balls, Benson, how do you expect a sports journalist not to know anything happening, especially in their country, or if the hands are extended to the region, so long as it is sports?
The name is funny, Zakayo balls.
So long as balls are there, I definitely know. There is no way I'm going to accept you asking me if even now I'm forgetting English. Okay. Benson, I know about Zakayo balls, and they were recently distributed, and our PRO Onduparaka Football Club just recently confirmed that he had actually received. There is the Zakayo balls. They had already touched. There is Onduparaka grounds. Those balls have clearly been received, and then a few other clubs also already confirmed that they had received their balls. But then, unfortunately, I should say, there, by the way, there are a lot of complaints that are coming up. I don't know if this is too soon to talk about the complaints as well. I'm seeing a picture of the Zakayo balls moving around with, of course, I don't know if I should say, with a few defects. I don't know if those are defects or something like that. But yeah, that is it. I know about the Zakayo balls, and it is quite a very good addition, by the way. And there is how the Zakayo balls are going to be distributed. It's not only going to be for, there is a UPL clubs, even big league materials are going to receive these balls. Even the clubs that have made it to the Women Elite League are also going to receive this. And then a Uganda Cup finalists are also going to receive this. And then FUFA drum finalists are equally going to receive these balls. So basically, it is quite a very good one.
Yes, you look at the fans of football, the fans of sports in Africa at large, they mostly love following European sports, more especially football. Before I answer my brother Owen to give something little about the fans' concern about local sports and European sports, let's first get to hear from the fans how they think about local sports and European sports.
I'm so much into European sports. Like I myself am a fan of Man U, and as you asked me, why are people too much into European sports and people are less interested into local sports? I say the reason is European sports is like it's more interesting, and you have those stars who, when you watch a match, and they do those kinds of, their dribbles and how they shine outside there. It's a way that it pulls people more, and it's a sport that started like long time ago. And we, like here in the locals, like in Africa, let me say, for example, we just started following them. Though we have like big stars, but I find we are more into like bigger leagues. Let me say like AFCON. That's when we get closer to like sports around. And in case when I talk of here in Arua, our sports, it's like too much fixed into like what kills us is like we're trying to divide teams into like tribe issues. That's why I think we cannot sit together and combine ourselves to build up our teams. That's the biggest challenge. And we don't have those strict rules that will like eliminate tribalism and so on. I think that's why we have sports, we have good games, we have good players, but we're not going so far. We're not united. We're not calling ourselves like as one. Football, if you look at the genesis of football, actually it's one of the biggest biggest sports that started. I myself, I love rugby. So I've been playing rugby. We started in Para. Promoted the Arua Rugby Club, then we went to St. Joseph's College on Bachi. We brought it up there, and then after that we took it to Idiofe Girls. But currently the best team, the best school that is doing good in rugby is Idiofe Girls. Football itself, as I said, it's a little bit ancient. It started a long time ago, and I think that's why it takes a lot of the lion's share of the sports in the world. And it's the simplest that we can. Any person who joins sports gets to love it, and it's more interesting. I think it's more interesting than all other sporting activities. If you compare it to like rugby, maybe New Zealand, South Africa, take it to cricket, like India, I think it will take long for those to catch up. And they have like those complex rules and so on. Football is fun, it's simple.
Why people do love international sports more than our local sports is because, let me say, other guys feel it is because they don't spend much. Someone can just pay let me say, not 2,000, but 500 shillings to go and watch international games because they organize that the players are doing well. But our local sports, you may find, let me say, Jaga is performing well, but the club might not be doing whatever things he wants. That demoralizes a player. And also like corruption, let me talk about corruption. To be sincere, most of our clubs, these big clubs, they would wish to perform, they would wish to become big so that people will also wish to follow them like those international games, but due to corruption, you may find that it is not according to what the fans would expect. Like players will go out and they expect some allowances which is not being given. To me, I would wish that the managers of our clubs should work upon that corruption. They treat our players well. When someone is on injury, they give him that maximum attention. When a player is sick or what, like just give them like they're including the entire family, they support them. So for me, the football I love most is local sports. I follow clubs, folk division clubs, I follow regional clubs, I follow big clubs, and Assam Premier League clubs, especially the ones in Uganda. So as being a footballer, I don't support, I'm not a fan to any club because I know anytime I can play in any team. So I don't say that my team is Ondobaraka or my team is Arwahila or my team is Leo. I support West Nile football. So concerning the question you asked about why is it that in Africa or in Uganda people love international sports compared to local sports? According to my own analysis, you know, international, those fights, they are more organized than us in terms of the organization. You know, football is all about organization. The way you organize yourself is the way you attract people to it. So in Europe, those people are far much organized in sports in terms of finances, their stadiums, the way they bring their games live on TV, so they are far much organized to compared to local sports.
Yes, we have heard from the fans. Now getting our trend to what is happening in West Nile Regional League, more especially in the second round. I did say the games are bouncing back starting from tomorrow, and the biggest game to me is the game between Alpha Rising Stars and the team of Paida United. Paida United concluded the first phase very well, finishing third on the log behind the team of Pakwati Youngsters, because we are all aware that the team which finished first in Nyagaki zone was Paida Black Angels, followed by Pakwati Youngsters. Now the team Paida United taking a trip to Alpha Rising Stars. Alpha Rising Stars finished the first round down in the relegation zone. Now this is a crucial moment whereby every team is looking for a way to see that they get out of relegation, for those ones that are deep in the relegation zone. Meanwhile, for those that are somewhere in the middle of the table, they are looking for a way to see that they finish in a better position. Those ones, which feel that they have the chance to earn promotion. They are looking forward to see that they come and maintain the log. Now, Alpha Rising Stars at Panduru hosting a team called Paida United. Owen, what are we anticipating? The game is tomorrow.
Yeah, a team Alpha has been doing a couple of games, let's say practice games, friendlies with different. The last one was with the team of Odramachako. Recently, I did see that when Nduparaka was playing the select team here, they were for them playing Odramachako Football Club. I think a game that I ended in a draw also, according to the reports or the reliable information that I got from there, and which of course means big for a team like Odramachako maybe and Leah, but Alpha is trying to see that the scenarios that happened here and there. Remember, in the first round they had this player called one of the players I've seen that has crossed over from Alpha to Araka is their defender Yikita, who was, of course, who has been a player at Alpha, but now he crossed over to Araka. And, of course, reports have it that the crossing was not formal, and it is one thing that has also caused issues between Araka Football Club and Alpha Rising Star, that is yet to be branded Leah Football Club. So they're looking forward to see that this time round, the people who have gone, who are we replacing? And that is one big thing. But if you look at Paida United, they've been a team that is together, and we're expecting them to come fully force because their game from the first round indicates what exactly it is. But my challenge goes to the FA of the region because they have done everything possible, yes, to make these games. But again, the information flow has not been well. Teams are taken by surprise. Only 1 or 2 days to the game, fixtures are out. What about preparation? Some of these teams are going to be moving away or away from, that is, their home. Expenses of transportation, expenses of, you know. Now, I'm just imagining, what if a team misses a game? What are you going to say? Are you going to maybe charge this team? That is also another challenge that will come in there. Because if you're going to challenge or ban this team or do something to this team, there's already a problem. Why the problem is because you are having challenges of releasing fixtures late. I don't think I want to say that West Nile TV is a partner. But when you give me a game today and it's tomorrow, how will I plan? Purposes of the finances and other ingredients. And so I feel the region should always put things early so that teams prepare to make sure that they fit in and prepare well for the games. That's when you're going to see that the game is disorganized and the game has had issues here and there because funds and awareness creation is another. Now, these clubs only benefit from gate revenue. If they have not done a lot of publicity about a certain game, where will they gain? So this is what the stakeholding where the stakeholding fails. So I would love to say that the region should always be so much to be in point that clubs, so that work can also be given to the clubs, PR, the marketing, and the media team. They publicize these games, which of course I think is teams have been waiting for this. Yes, even maybe who knows, some teams have not been training. And now, because they have just trained 1 or 2 days because they have seen the fixtures out. Other teams, that's how they do. So I feel that's a big challenge. We are going to see the league drop standard a bit because of such delays or such unplanned fixtures right there.
Benson, before you come in, by the way, Owen, that is a very big insight that you see there. At least, I was about to say, at least the regional league clubs get their notification 2 days. But if you cross down to, there is the 4th league division games that I follow so much, you'll find out that, oh, and these guys are informed in the morning that they have a game at 4 p.m. So basically, the whole thing is, it's really not good. I don't know if they're watching or if this information will get to them. Please, our stakeholders, our people that are in the DFS, please inform our teams earlier for earlier and better preparations ahead of their fixtures.
Okay, this one takes us to the fixtures to be played in round of 12 of West Nile Regional League in the both zones, Nile Zone and Nyagaki Zone. Alpha Rising Stars we have just been discussing is welcoming Paida United. There is a game between Zeusandro and the team of Pakwati Youngsters. Meanwhile, Padia Rising Stars is welcoming a team called Arua City. Yumbe Heroes is welcoming Coach Urban, and there is a game between Ajuman Town Council and the team of Koboko Rising Stars. Odamachako is taking a trip away to Total in Yumbe. Nyahama is welcoming a side called Nebisendul. Meanwhile, Pakwati Super Eagles will have to test the hostility of Kuruva Rainbow, and after that, Pajobi United will sit at home and welcome the team leading the race in Nyagaki Zone called the Paida Black Angels. For Araka, they will travel away to their neighbors called Yumbe Hospital. Nya Youngsters of Koboko will still be staying at Koboko DFA to take on BK City West, Barakala City, and lastly, Tips are taking a trip away to Moyo Town Council. Before we shift our trend away from Western Regional League, one key encounter to me is the game between Total FC and the team of Odamatako Central. Top of the table class, because they all finished very well. Odamatako on top, followed by Coach Urban, then third on the log is Total FC. Before we talk about Star Times Uganda Premier League, something to say about that game?
Yes, so Dramachako is a good place, but I want to say it is in a good place, yes. They have a lot to do to make sure that they keep right there, because it's just not a matter of being there and you fail to do the right thing. So you need to see, what should I do? I think they have learned by their mistakes. Yes, most of that friendly has been away side has been a draw. But last season they got all most of the games wins. Even away they could get wins. That is Otamachako right there. So it adds to the value and question of what should I do as a coach. You know, this coach, I still keep saying I feel he should go and do the coaching, because he's, even though Damachako qualifies right now to the big league, he will fail to be the coach of Damachako anymore as the head coach. That means he will need to go and make sure that he participates into the CAFC that is supposed to be. But right now it is the coaching course that is level 1 that comes right there. You start from the beginners and then push it to the rest in there. So that is one thing that I would want them to do. But Total has also been a good side, a camp team that is in the camp. They have all what it takes to see that their team is the best. But again, the disorganization level at Total is one thing that is killing them, because everyone in that team is expecting, yes, this is funded by NGOs, I think. That's one mindset. I see everyone who is from Total say we have the money. Yes, you have the money, but what do you do with the money is also very key. So you see the questions keep coming, but the management, I should say, in that team is all about money-mindedness, because if you have all this, why don't you bring in the results? Yes, fourth is not a bad place, but I expected them to do more, because this is a team that hires a physiotherapy from Rua here to go and treat their boys, to go and give them all this exercise about what is supposed to be done. So I think they have everything, but do you have the right people to manage this?
Okay, now getting to Start Times Uganda Premier League. Tonight we are having 2 games to be played. There is a game between Maroons at Luzira welcoming Bull FC, the team which is on top of the log. Apart from that, at 7 p.m. let's kick off. There will be a game between the team of KCA, as they will be sitting at Philip Omondi Stadium to welcome a team called Airtel Chitara. Susie summarized the game between Maroons and the team of Bull. Meanwhile, Owen will give us something about the game between KCA and the team of Airtel Chitara.
Maroons this time around, I really don't know. I think Maroons is becoming shaky recently. They are not so consistent like how they started the season. At a certain point, we saw their man, the goal poacher. There is Amako Fred, who literally was scoring in goals for fun down there. But then, if you check down at the current performance of Maroons, you'd see that the performance, I would like to say the players have become lazy, sorry to say that, and that was vividly seen in there is the Uganda Cup, where they went and lost. They were ejected in even early stages, and returning back, they're not doing so well, although they're winning games, but they are very inconsistent. You'll see that Maroons is beaten today, and then they are winning the next game and drawing the other and all that and all that. So basically, the break has also been quite a very long one to allow, of course, the teams that are taking part in there is a Uganda Cup to focus and participate, of course, in there is a Uganda Cup, so that there are no collisions, there is no excuses of fatigue and all that and all that. So basically, today I think Maroons will be looking into getting back into their winning ways and convincing their fans.
Oh, and before I answer you to give something about the game between KC and Airtel Chitara, one key concern is all about the head coach of KC, Abdallah Mubru, calling for respect from FUFA to respect the various leagues we have in the country of Uganda. Why is this one happening? Because they have also sent the boys under 20 the hippos for a tournament called their Cup, that side of Ethiopia. And so many teenage players from the different clubs we have in StarTimes Uganda Premier League, FUFA Big League, they have been called to represent the Uganda national team under 20s in that particular tournament. Maybe some of the players of KC, of course, they have been summoned, more special Osama Arafat. Maybe that might be the reason as to why he's saying that FUFA, of course, will have to give respect to the leagues we have in the country. And ball up against the team of Airtel Chitara, not a ball, rather the team of KC taking on the team of Airtel Chitara, and some of the key figures, of course, missing for some of these sides. Will it not affect some of them?
Yeah, a very big thing that you could be talking about. KCCA is a KCCA, and they have all what it is. On form, Mohamed Shaban has been one key figure into that team that has really shown you what they need to do. Mo Shaban has shown to the world that he can still compete with another person that scores the game, and he is also a goal poacher. So maybe waiting for him to come to the national team once again and prove things wrong. For that is different people who are right there. Yes. There comes moments where talents die and talents rise in there, and that is a typical Shaban, where you did see his talent almost ruining his career, but after settling, putting his mind right, he is now the man to talk about at KCCA. KCCA released him in the first time when he went to Raja Casablanca, but later on came back and still joined KCCA, made sure that things were still right for KCCA. It's the relationship between the pastor.
Okay, we are waiting to see. This time we are jetting to Europe, and we are starting with the UEFA Europa League and the Europa Conference that took place yesterday night, and the draw is set to be released. But before we take a look at the draws, of course we need to take a look at the teams that we are able to sneak to the round of 16 of UEFA Europa League and Europa Conference. Soccer Lisbon Benfica traveled away to France to take on Toulouse, and they managed to play a barren draw, and Benfica proceeding ahead after winning 2-1 in aggregate. Meanwhile, Rennes got the best of it up against the Italian giants AC Milan, winning the game by 3-2 in aggregate. AC Milan proceeding to round of 16. Meanwhile, Lens of France were 3-2 losers into the hands of Freiburg. And the first leg of this encounter ended in a barren. That means Freiburg is through. Karabag up against Sporting Braga. First league, they won it. That means Karabag is also through. AS Roma of Italy played out a 1-1 draw with the team of Feyenoord, and the first league also ended in a draw, and Roma winning it in the penalty shootout, which ended by 4-2. Now penetrating way for AS Roma, and there was a game between Sparta Praha and the team of Galatasaray, and the Galatasaray, of course, won the game. Not Galatasaray, rather the team of Sparta Praha proceeding through aggregate. 6-1 was the aggregate. That means Galatasaray is out of the tournament. Olympique de Marseille played with the Shakhtar Donetsk that comes from Ukraine. The game ended by 3-1. It was Olympique de Marseille winning it in France under a new head coach, the coach which was sacked by Ivory Coast, Louis Gasset, and starting it with a win for the team of Olympique de Marseille. Lastly, Sporting Lisboa up against Young Boys, and Sporting Lisboa proceeding 4-2 in aggregate after playing 1-1 with the team of Young Boys yesterday. And this one takes us to the teams that, of course, have already proceeded to the round of 16, where we have got so many teams from England. Brighton and Hove Albion is there. You talk about Liverpool. You talk about teams like AC Milan. Bayer Leverkusen is also there. We are waiting for the draws to be released. Liverpool, teams like Brighton and Hove Albion, I think they might be having a slim chance or a bigger chance to win UEFA Europa League. I don't know, Susie.
Definitely they will, because if you look at every other team that has now crossed to the current stages, I would like to say that these are the best of the best teams that are able to reach the current final that is awaiting, of course, draws. And we cannot look at the teams one by one right now to, of course, basically bring in their strengths and all that and all that. But if time allows, maybe tomorrow is also in the consequent days over, there is a whistle time, we'll definitely bring to you the teams in depth analysis one by one. But if you look at the teams currently in there, trust me, they are all good teams that are weak. I would like to say it's too early to rule out any teams right now, and also praise any other teams right now to say that maybe I am seeing maybe Liverpool winning in this. I am seeing
in fact, I'm seeing the games, because the draws are going to be today's Friday, right? The games are the draws are today, so we shall be expecting maximum draws of where exactly which team you're going to face and how exactly probably in there. Yes, Liverpool and Brighton could be the teams people know and they will be looking into, but of course there are also some other teams that are there, so we're expecting to see different games from different people, because you've seen people still in Italy, some teams in Italy still in the teams, teams from maybe Portugal still in so a lot of teams. But all in all, I would say, just like said, after the fixtures come out, because the draws are today, where exactly this and that, you will see which is going to be the potential team that you maybe, that's one thing that maybe we will be asking, which would be the potential team for Liverpool, which would be the potential team for that is a team Brighton, Hove Albion, and those are some of the things that probably will be coming through. But all in all, I want to say all the teams where they have reached in the round of 16 means that these are good teams that are going to be finding their cream de la cream to make sure that they get the best out of the league where they will reach. So the tournament is coming to an end, but of course credit should be given to the teams that have proceeded, unlike Manchester United that bowed out.
Yes, the record champions Sevilla, they already out of the competition. 2022 winners Eintracht Frankfurt, we are dumped out yesterday. Does it mean Liverpool are the favorites?
You can't rule out Liverpool, yes, because it's one team that has kept the consistency and probably a table contender in the English Premier League, and you could be seeing them put a massive effort, maybe wanting to do double, because the man by the names of, in fact, not only a double, because the man by the names of Klopp will be leaving. So Jurgen Klopp leaving means a lot. Tomorrow you will see this same thing happen. So now that means the teams like Liverpool will also be wanting to prove to the world that yeah, we can. Chelsea is playing Liverpool. Yes, in the finals, yes. So they will also want to be like, okay, if Pep Guardiola can take at least 3 Champions League, Premier League, and FA Carabao Cup, why can't we do that? So, you know, Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola have been so determined that their competition is so steep, and that's one thing that everyone is trying to do. So I believe Liverpool can still do that, but of course, unless Klopp, I don't think Klopp is going to take UEFA Champions League so slightly. I mean, UEFA Europa League so slightly this time. Nothing like I'm going to feed in here. Any cup is a cup, like Jose Felix Mourinho, where you reach the finals, don't ever mess up. And very many believing today Chelsea is the upper hand, but for me, I see it is tomorrow. You could be seeing a Liverpool also celebrating the champions. So those are some of the things you're trying to come in, but I think Liverpool is more determined. They have high chances of winning the Europa League also.
Okay, Susie, I don't want to cut you short. You wanted to mention a point, and you look at Liverpool. Liverpool is in all the competitions. FA, they are there. Carabao, they are playing the final on Sunday. UEFA Europa League is also there. They are battling for English Premier League, and the club is leaving at the end of the season, and they will want to leave Ligas behind at Anfield. So you have finished your statement.
You had actually asked a question whether we are looking at Liverpool this time around being the favorites, and I just wanted to confirm that because if you look at the current squad, let's look at the squad, let's look at the trend of their consistency and the hard work and all that put all up together by there is Jurgen Klopp. Trust me. I would say Liverpool this time around is one team to watch, and they are the favorites.
Even Liverpool, you saw a team without key players last week. They still managed to win by 4-goal margins, and you would see that, yes, this is a team that is trying to push in there with the even couple of injuries right there. It shows you how serious the players, how determined, and how exactly the coach has pumped issues in them. And that is one thing. Play for the coach, play for the badge, play for yourself, and you win the trophy.
Okay, there are some players of Liverpool who are yet to face late fitness test ahead of the encounter come on Sunday. Players like Dominic Szoboszlai, players like Mo Salah, and one key story before we leave the studio for the next program is all about Tom Cruise returning for the country of German national team. He retired, now coming back. Is it because Euro 2024 has been taken to their home?
Some people, it's just a hobby. You can't be without what you do. You can't do. It's just like eating every day, and you stop
then
eating.
Why
and
did
then
he retire?
You come like it's this. That's why I'm saying it's like hobby. It's like something you eat every day. You like most, and you fail to eat it for 2 or 3 times, and you're like, oh, I need to come back and start eating this. It's just like you have plates that you've eaten in, and 10 years back. But you today think you should put on, put food on this and eat. Just like even the clothes you wear. There's some clothes that I bought 3 years ago, but I put them on twice or once. Now, it comes after 4 years, 5 years, I say, oh, let me today put on this one. So it's the same way. It starts looking so nice. We have seen people put on bell bottom. Those days now, it is the one on trend right now. So it's that type of thing. Just an example anyway. But I think he felt he can still do something for the club. At first, there should be an issue why he had to retire. Some people don't retire because they want. Some people retire because they feel it's enough. We saw David Oboa, current head coach of URA, saying, I don't want to play for the national team. He retired because they had issues. And he said a statement, unless so and so leaves office, I will play for Uganda. So
Yes.
that person has not left now. He had to, of course, retire.
Come back as a coach.
Now, look at Dennis Masindo Nyango. He has retired. Don't get surprised one day he says, no, let me also come back. It's not because he wanted. Dennis can still be a goalkeeper. That's why he's there for Memorial Sundown. But it's because there are certain issues in the country that were pressing him that he felt he couldn't. So those are some of the things that are in there. So I think for him, Cruz also had his issues that he needed to maybe first sort out. You know, when you're going also for a national team, everyone is looking at you to deliver. You're a key figure. So if you don't first sort out what is there, you may mess up. And those are some of the things I believe for me that could have affected him, and now he feels, now I'm done with all that, let me come back and rescue the team. And sometimes you see it's all about the coach, sometimes it's all about the management that is in the current day. Just like some people refuse to come for drum here in West Nile because they have personal issues with their individuals here and there. Those are some of the things, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
Okay, the last game he played for Germany, I remember, was in round of 16 of Euro 2020. They were knocked out by England, and he retired immediately. It was in July 2021. Him coming back, will he add spice into the national team of Germany?
He will. I think Owen has definitely given a full analysis of that. One thing that I want to say before we, of course, sign out is that Ligue 1 club, there is a Marseille, have sucked in the manager, Ganacho Gattuso. It's quite a very bad one, but 5 months in charge without results.
Yes. Out of 15 games he played, winning 5, drawing 5, and picking 5 defeats, balanced statistics, and still about Toni Kroos, he was part of the squad that won World Cup Gong with the country of Germany way back in 2014. Owen, summarize.
Yeah, I could be summarizing with big things. One, I want us to embrace everything that keeps coming, whether in which angle in your life. But again, in the world of sports, we should focus on all sports discipline this time around, because I'm seeing different talents developing every time and now in different sports sectors. So we are going to be following them and getting them to you. In Koboko, already the 4th divisions are going on. We shall be getting in touch with at least a correspondent from Koboko, so that he can be giving us most of the updates from that side. We find out what exactly that is, and push things work out. So yeah, those are some of the big things I want to say. And the Premier League is returning, but again, Carabao continues right there with the finals. So we're expecting a lot tomorrow.
Yes, truly we'll have vivid analysis about the games to be played over the weekend. In addition to that, secondary schools, some of the secondary schools we have in West Nile region, they have already started training ahead of the inter-school ball games. I can give you an example with Ombate. Mvare is one of them, St. Peter's Aliba, and rumors are already circulating that this time we will not be having netball. Instead, we will be having ladies football. Keep next to your screen. The channel, of course, we have to be that one, West Nile Television. Up next is movie on your screen. We are out of the studio.